So we will be training over the next few days, like I say. And this is what they're doing. This is the full team of young birds. Flying nicely. It's going to be really hot today and tomorrow, so probably won't take them today and tomorrow. The biggest decision I've got is really whether to try and get them banging home like we had the young birds before, but that takes a bit of training on the whistle at home over the next few days, or I just have them nicely well fed and just take them and just see which ones come back. And some of them will take a little bit longer because they just won't be used to it. And that's something I'm going to decide pretty much over the next 48 hours, but I'm going to try and get them on the whistle today, tomorrow. My gut feeling is we go with the let's just get them home and see what comes, because whatever makes it into the old bird team, I can sort out how we're going to race them and trap them next year. Because we're not doing this now to really compete at club and fed level. We're just doing this to test the birds and have a good little bit of fun doing it as well. They just won't trap like bullets, so don't expect them to. Well, I'm hoping this is the last hurdle and that we've got over all the sickness and everything now, because these are flying like nobody's business. I think they've been up for like 20 minutes or something now. And I don't think sick pigeons would do that sort of thing. So that for me is the big thumbs up that we're all good to go, and we'll get these training baskets out again really soon. Well, I have to say, I'm pretty pleased. They've only been on the whistle sort of 2 days again, but they've got the hang of it, eating well, and a lot of these, it was their first time out. I'd say a lot. The 7, it was their first time properly out on the whistle, and yeah, they've all trapped really nicely. I'm not holding the food back, take like we're racing. You're going to hear the whistle in a minute, so apologies if it's a bit loud. So I might be able to get the best of both worlds, where they're on the whistle but certainly not underfed. Looks like they're about all here. There might be 1 or 2 still out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. No, they're all in. All 23. It's good, isn't it? How much they learn and how quickly they learn, because like the older birds, the ones that race, they've not been on the whistle for gotta be 6 weeks, hasn't it? Since that race. And then the younger ones, they've never been on it, but they've just followed the others in. So yeah, dead chuffed. So much nicer keeping pigeons on a nice day. We're having a lovely early September here in England. So yeah, unlikely that I'll go training tomorrow, because it is forecast really hot again. There's no point in putting them through that. But there is a race week on Saturday, hopefully, for about 70 miles. So my thinking is the survival series will be training tosses over the next week, and then everything into that 70-mile race. The ones without the ETS rings on, they'll just go as trainers, and I may well have the clock set for the others. I've not decided yet, but let's see what happens. And then the week after that, there's a race forecast from 90 miles, which there's nothing stopping them going to that, depending on how many we've got left. Hopefully the send in the club and the federation is good, because when there's less birds go, the races are certainly more difficult. And I know they're moulting heavily, but before the darkness system years ago, they used to go like this. But if I am sending to both races, if something's molting really bad 1 week, I could always leave it. We'll see. As has been the last few weeks, day at a time. Let's try some new camera angles. Super. Successful morning, guys. Thanks again for watching. Just done the school pickup, nip back in. Lovely warm day. Look at them, so relaxed. All looking really good. That's Ava up there, Grizzly there. I know them two quite well. Just lovely looking at them in this heat. Just got to be careful when we get the training baskets out. Don't want it too warm. And Red's in the background saying hello. So yeah, here they all are, guys, and these will all have names over the next few days. The next video will be the naming video for the remaining young birds, and then we'll move on to the old birds straight after that, so that everything here that flies out will be named, and then we can really start following them, the young birds, through the next 2 to 3 weeks, and then it will be breeding season. And what I'm also going to do is show you all the stock birds that we've got, probably on a one-to-one basis. So like what it is, where it's bred from, what the pedigree is, what racing it did, if it was a one-off racing pigeon. I'll show you some of them now. Seen a lot of these before. These are the breeders, breeding hens. The two reds, they're young birds. I've not bred off any of those yet. I think it's that checker there at the back. That's a granddaughter of a long distance national winner. We've basically got two different types of bird. We've got long distance 500, 600, 700 mile pigeons, even 800 miles in some cases, and then we've got one loft pigeons that have been brought from one loft races. That little pied, that blue pied there, she's from one loft racing. That's from one off racing. So these are the ones that we'll go through, and I'll show you each one, about what each one's all about. That's a Millie's loft bird, proper, real one loft racing blood. You can see heavily molting at the minute. So yeah, these are the ones that you'll get a better insight to over the coming weeks.